Good day, ma'am, and good day to everyone. We are the second group, and we will be reporting to you the medieval period. And Miss Jessa, I'd like you to introduce to us what is medieval art period.
The medieval art focused more on symbolism and storytelling than on making realistic human figure or landscape. The goal was to inspire faith and devotion among viewers. So these are the key forms of medieval art. First, illuminated manuscript. It is handwritten books decorated with gold, vivid colors, and religious images. For example, ang Book of Kells. Ginawa ito noong banda 800 AD ng mga monghe sa Ireland. Nakatala ito ng 4 na ebanghelyo ng Bagong Tipan. Second, the sculpture. It is a stone carvings often of religious figures like saints or saints from the Bible. Third is fresco sculpture. Makikita natin ito sa wall ng churches. It is particularly in Romanesque and Gothic cathedrals. Next is the elements of medieval. First, the religious dominance. Ang religious dominance ay tumutukoy sa kalagayan kung saan ang isang relihiyon ay nangingibabaw o mas marami ang mga tagasunod nito kumpara sa iba pang relihiyon sa isang particular na lugar o lipunan. Madalas, ang dominanteng relihiyon ay malaking impluwensya sa kultura, politika, at pamumuhay ng mga tao sa lugar na iyon. Second is the iconography and symbolism. It is a theme used in art to represent certain ideas or messages. In medieval art, it often involved religious figures like Jesus, Mary, or saints na makikita natin sa loob ng simbahan sa mga Catholic Church. The Byzantine was known for its highly religious and symbolic art with a focus on Christian themes. It is the influence shaped much of medieval art by emphasizing religious symbolism, intricate mosaic, and grand architectural design.
Gothic architecture and art. Stained glass window. Stained glass became a significant medium for storytelling and religious education, creating luminous, colorful light effects that were unique on this period. So one of the notable examples of stained glass from this era is the so-called rose window of Notre Dame Cathedral, which was completed around 1260 AD. Which also illustrated the religious stories and is also famous for its detailed design and vibrant colors. Street art is more on historical and biblical scenes. For example, The Hunt of the Unicorn, which illustrates a royal hunt, and it's also famous for its detailed imagery and rich of symbolism. Liturgical art. So liturgical art was created for worship, including manuscripts and frescoes. So one of the examples is the Book of Kells, a 9th century manuscript famous for its intricate and colorful decorations in order to honor the gospel and enhance spiritual reflections. Hierarchical scale in art size. In medieval religious art, figures are not depicted in realistic proportion. Like for example, in many medieval paintings, saints and important figures might be shown larger than the other to highlight the importance of divine nature.
So in continuation with Sir Makiso, so the elements is also absence of naturalism. So absence of naturalism, it means that there is no perfect or realism or anatomical structure for your art. One example is having an art of abstract. Abstract, more like you don't have like to follow the rules or the lines and everything of your art. So that's the last of it. And then now we differentiate medieval art from the other mentioned arts. So there is a prehistoric and then medieval. So most likely prehistoric arts are like animals or human figures, abstract symbols, often thought to have a real ritualistic and survival-related purposes. So some examples of these can be seen in caves. And then medieval art is more likely religious and focusing on Christian iconography. Then the next one is Renaissance and medieval art. So same thing, medieval art focus on the Christian and then the biblical stories. Meanwhile, Renaissance art emphasize on the realism and naturalism. The next one is the Baroque and medieval. So as what I've said, medieval is the same thing. So it's more of static and restrained, focusing on clarity. So it's most likely on the religious themes. Meanwhile, Baroque focus on the emotions, movement, and the dynamic movement and the dramatic use of light and shadow, which also means chiaroscuro. And then the next one is the Romantic art and then the medieval art. So romantic usually means it's about the landscapes and nature and the awe-inspiring power of the natural world. Meanwhile, medieval is the same thing. It's most likely focused on the religious and then divine scenes. And then for my last part, it is Greek and Roman arts versus medieval. So in terms of their art, medieval art mostly are like church, cathedrals, and monastery, and then the Greek is most likely public spaces like forums, temples, and then baths. That's all. Thank you.
And now let's continue to discuss the medieval art to the other arts. However, in Rococo art is nag-focus siya, more focuses on the secular or the earthly pleasures. For example of the earthly pleasures or secular are the picnics in a harmonious natural environment and courtship rituals, while the medieval arts focuses on the religious devotion, or their art forms or artworks are focuses or centered on the religious devotion. While in popular art, they use technology and media as a tool for their artworks, while in the medieval period, they consider their arts as using traditional way, just like as mentioned by Miss Jessa in the first part of this report, that they use manuscripts, frescoes, stained glass, and sculptures, and these are created by the artisan and monks in religious contexts. One of the most important figures in this era is Constantine the Great. So Constantine the Great, he is a Roman emperor who legalized Christianity. He plays a role in this era because gi-allow niya ang mga Christian arts na ma-flourish openly. At the same time, he commissioned their artworks. And one of the example here includes in the St. Peter's Basilicas in Rome. One of the important figure here is Charlemagne or Charles the Great. He is a Holy Roman Emperor, at the same time known for the spark of the revival of classical art and learning. He also established the scriptoria, or which means writing workshops. And the writing workshop is to create illuminated manuscripts and sponsored monumental architectures. And that's conclude our report. Thank you for listening.